Oh Boris, two ministers gone, several MPs in open rebellion. For many observers, Boris Johnson's government is now finally on the verge of collapse. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Conservative Party is in turmoil following the resignation of two key ministers. The Tories are in an open war. That's how Sky News commented it on Wednesday night. The BBC quoted an anonymous MP as saying he even heard the smell of death in London's Westminster precinct. Conservative MPs have finally lost patience with their leader, who is rapidly becoming a contemptible figure for voters. That's what political scientist Mark Garnett of the Lancaster University told the DPA news agency in London. Earlier, both Finance Minister Rishi Sunak and Health Minister Sajid Javid resigned. Both sharply criticized Johnson and accused him of having destroyed the Conservative Party's reputation. Other Tory MPs also resigned from government posts in protest at Johnson. The Prime Minister had previously admitted that he was aware of allegations of sexual harassment against a fellow party member, whom he had nonetheless promoted to an important parliamentary group post. Other media also reported in the evening that Johnson's government could be on the verge of collapse. By this time tomorrow, it will all be over, an unnamed close Johnson ally told the BBC. No prime minister can survive the resignation of two senior cabinet members like this. Ben Kentish, a journalist at LBC Broadcaster, tweeted, "Government source, it's over." A cabinet member told Sky News that Johnson must resign. He hasn't while I'm filming this so far, at least. According to a media report based on insiders, the head of government still wants to remain in office. Two people close to the Prime Minister said on Tuesday evening that Johnson would fight. Finance Minister Rishi Sunak and Health Minister Sajid Javid were initially alone in the closest cabinet with their resignation. According to British media, Foreign Minister Liz Truss and Defence Minister Ben Wallace expressly backed Johnson. Demands for his resignation immediately came from the opposition. After all the filth, the scandals and the failures, it is clear that this government is collapsing, said Labour Party leader Keir Starmer. The opposition leader called on other cabinet members to resign as a sign against the pathological liar Johnson. The resigning cabinet members were complimentary. They were his cheerleaders during the sad story, said Sharma. And Sir Ed Davey, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, tweeted that Johnson should go and do it now. The house of cards of lies and deception collapsed. The Prime Minister had discredited the country long enough. And Brexit negotiator David Frost resigned last December out of dissatisfaction with Johnson's corona policy. Regarding the minister's resignation, Frost wrote in a statement on Twitter, "Rishi Sunak and Sajid Javid did the right thing tonight. Johnson's time is up. Now is the time to look ahead." It's a bit like the death of Rasputin, Tory MP Andrew Mitchell told the BBC, referring to the legendary Russian Tsarist advisor who is said to have survived multiple assassination attempts. He was poisoned, stabbed, shot, his body thrown into a freezing river, and he was still alive. But in contrast to previous scandals, the mood is much grimmer now. "I'm afraid it's over," Mitchell said. Another unnamed Tory told the BBC the Boris cult should not be underestimated. Others likened the situation to a slow-motion car crash. However, there is currently no real alternative, which is one of the reasons political scientist Garnett sees the party facing a protracted power struggle. If Johnson resigns now, in the midst of a severe economic crisis and in the face of pressing questions about his personal integrity, he will be considered one of the worst leaders in history, the expert said. That makes it very unlikely that he will resign. His party will have to drag him out of Downing Street. And the fun part is when I'm filming this, I never know if the moment you see this, he is still there. But so we are in quite an interesting times. And I'll see you in my next video. Hab Spaß!